Now it's time to look at another widget that we can use in Android, and that is a SeekBar. And a SeekBar allows us to use our finger to drag left or right and to set the progress. And let's see how we can use the SeekBar. So I'm going to go inside the activity.main, the XML. And I'm going to go inside the code. I'm going to delete this text view because I don't need this text view. Go to design back, and here in the palette I'm going to type seek, and we have a SeekBar, and we'll drag it here in the middle, the SeekBar. Alright, let's constrain it horizontally and vertically. Alright, let's give it an ID. Let's call it SeekBar. Press enter. Let's go to code and let's set why you have this ID here. Let's delete this. Let's set the maximum progress to 10. So I'm gonna type here max 10. So that is the maximum progress. Another thing that I don't like is the fact that it's very small, as you can see here. So let's increase the width. So I'm gonna go to code, and instead of here it says layout width, instead of wrap content, I'm gonna put match parent. So we put match parent. So it will match the size of the parent. So it's gonna be as big as the parent, the width. As you can see now, it's bigger. So if you go to main activity, or let's run it from here. If you run this, so our app opened, and we have here our SeekBar, so we can drag it here, as you can see. Now let's add the text view here, which is going to show the current progress. So I'm going to go on activity.main. Let's hide the emulator. Let's take this text view and let's put it here below. Let's constrain it. Let's move it up. Let's change the text size. So text size is 40 SP. Let's change it to 24 SP. Alright, now actually let's change this text view to something else. So let's change the text to something else. So let's go here, let's delete this, let's go down. So we have the text view. Let's change this text, but let's create a string resource for that. So I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go into values, strings, and I'm gonna create here a string, which is gonna be text view text, which is gonna say rate. So now I will go down here, and for the text now I'm gonna reference string text view text. Alright, So now everything is okay. Now let's go inside main activity to add the code. So I'm gonna add here a private latent it SeekBar, gonna be of type SeekBar. Then I'm gonna create a text view. Text view progress, let's say. It's gonna be a text view. Now we need to connect our object with our widget. So I'm gonna type here SeekBar equals to find view by ID r.id.SeekBar. Next I will go down and I will type text view progress equals to find view by ID r.id text view. I think this is the ID of the text view. Let's see. Yes, that is the ID of the text view. Text view, let's say progress. So let's change now to progress. Now, so we have this underline again, and I don't know why that happens, but it will disappear after a few moments. Now what we need to do is to add an event listener to the SeekBar so that we can respond to when the user drags the SeekBar left or right. We can respond to that dragging. So I'm gonna type here SeekBar dot, and we choose not set on click listener, we choose this one, set on SeekBar change listener. So we select this one. We type here object, and we type here on SeekBar change listener. We put curly braces, we press enter, and now we're gonna implement the functions. So I'm gonna click on this, implement members, and we have those three functions. Right, let's delete those to do's because we don't need those. We still have this underline, and I don't know why, because everything is okay. Let's rebuild our projects to see if it disappears. So it disappeared. So if you see something like that, just rebuild the project. While it's doing that, let's go inside the strings and let's change the string rate to rate and put 0 here. Because this, I want the user to see when it first opens the app, to see that the rate is 0. Alright. Now all of those functions that we have here on progress change, on start tracking, on stop tracking touch are going to be called at different phases, and this one progress change is going to be called always when we move the SeekBar. So let's add a toast here to see this. So you add a toast that make text, let's say one progress changed, toss that length, that's short, and let's add the show to show this text. So I'm gonna copy this, I'm gonna paste it here, and I'm gonna paste it also here. But now I'm gonna change this text here to on start tracking touch, on start, to see when they are called. Start tracking touch, and here on stop tracking touch. This is gonna be called when you're gonna stop drag again. So I'm gonna type here on stop tracking to. Now if you run this, click on terminate. Now if you drag this, you see you have on start tracking touch, on progress change, so this one is called when you track it for the first time, then on progress change, and then on stop tracking touch is called when you stop tracking. So you do again on progress change and on stop tracking touch. So they are called, first is this one when you start dragging, then is this one while you're dragging, and this one when you stop dragging. And let's now update this text to the rate that the user chooses here. So let's see how we can do that. So let's hide the emulator, and to change that, I'm gonna go inside the on progress change, because here you can have access to the current progress. So I'm gonna type here text view text view progress dot text equals SeekBar dot progress. But we have a problem. This is an integer, and here we try to assign it to the text view text, so we can't. Let's hover over and let's convert it to string. So we put that to string. Very easy. Now let's run this. Alright, so now we have our app opened, and now if I drag this, you see that the text is changed. So if I drag this, we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But let's put the text in front of here rate. So let's go here. So let's hide the emulator. And let's go here and let's type here. Let's put quotation marks and let's put rate equals to plus. Here you can use a resource string, but it's okay. So let's run this. Now if you drag this, as you can see, now we have rate equals to 1, rate equals to 4, rate equals to 6, 7, 8. And let's put a text view above to have a question, let's say. So let's put here, let's actually use the design. So I'm going to take a text view, I'm going to put it here. And let's create a string resource. And let's say rate. Let's type text view text rate. And it's gonna say rate let's say what is the rating of this course, let's say question mark. Let's go back inside activity.main. Let's click on text and let's change the text view from text to string text view text rate. And let's push it down a little bit. So let's go up and let's push it down. Now let's run this. So now we have what is the rating of this course, but the text is very small, so let's change the size of the text. And I'm gonna go inside the code to do that because it's more rapid. So let's type here text size, let's say 20 sp. Let's run this code again. So now we have what is the rating of this course, and let's say that I go here and let's say rate equals to 8. So as you can see, it's updated while I'm typing, and I also have those toasts here called because we have those inside the functions. So you can also use this function on stop tracking touch to add text which is going to say final rate when when the user stops dragging. So it will change this text to final rate. You can do that. Let's actually do it to see how. So I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna put it here, and instead of SeekBar we call that one P0. It should be called and it's nullable, so let's put here those. So now if you run the code, but instead of rate it's gonna say final rate. So if you run this, now if you do this and if you stop, get final rate is 7. If I move again, we have rate, and I stop, we have final rate 4. If I move, I stop, final rate 10. So this they are called at the different phases. So this is how you can use a SeekBar, and see you in the next video.